Welcome back to the Wed Pro podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Roxy, and we are so glad you've joined us today. Whether you're tuning in for the very first time or you are a loyal listener, we are excited to dive into today's topic.
Absolutely. But before we jump into this episode, we want to give you a special shout out to our episode sponsor, His Day. If you haven't heard of them yet, let us fill you in.
His Day is an incredible company dedicated to making the wedding industry more inclusive. They offer memberships starting at just nothing each month, actually, which means everybody can get involved.
That's right. With a His Day membership, you get direct access to grooms, which is a fantastic way to connect with potential clients. And you also get free expert advice from other wedding professionals, which can be a huge asset.
Plus, you'll also gain access to webinars and guidance and exclusive networking areas too, and even early access to their inclusivity toolkit.
Yeah, all of this is filled with innovative insights, and you can join their vibrant supplier community forum too. And let's not forget those early access to all their events with great discounts.
If you're looking to broaden your network and be part of a forward-thinking community, check out His Day. We're thrilled to have them as a sponsor and cannot wait to see how they can help you grow your wedding business.
Now, let's dive into today's episode. We're talking all about offboarding clients, an essential but often overlooked aspect of your wedding business.
Welcome to the Wed Pro podcast, the podcast for Wed Pros no matter their stage. We are your hosts, Katie and Roxy, and this is the Wed Pro podcast.
So before we dive into our topic of offboarding wedding clients, we are in the throes of school holiday. And I thought we would just have a little catch up. How's things going? Any tips, Roxy, you can give our listeners for kind of, we are juggling, aren't we? We're juggling work, we're juggling the kids. Have you got any tips? How's things going?
Basically, how's things going? Do you know what? I feel like I have packed 6 weeks worth of things that we've done, money that's been spent on the kids in the first week.
Oh,
so I am
mistake.
big mistake. Don't do that. So now I need some help myself. No, don't spend all your money at once.
I think we were on holiday last week, and similarly we booked the holiday in week one, and
I've peaked too soon. I've peaked too soon.
But I think for the rest of the holidays anyway, we've got some things coming up in the business and we do need to work. And I know, we're in wedding season now.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult for you as well. I think one of the things I've found that sort of helps is I'm trying to kind of get up in the morning, get to my desk quite early, do a few hours of work, then, go and spend some kind of time with the kids, but kind of like that meaningful time. So I'm like, right, phone's away. Let's do something together, whether it's a dog walk or whether it's, my daughter's really into crafting at the minute, or it's, dance battles or whatever it is.
Dance battles.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like this is the craziness. This is the insight into the craziness of my house. And then, when she then wants some tech time again, or she kind of wants to go off and do her kind of own thing, I come back to the computer and do a bit more work. And I'm not going to lie, I have been working a little bit more into the evenings, but I think you kind of have
You
have to be that little bit more flexible. So I don't normally like working kind of really past 5 if I can help it, really. I mean, the odd time we need to do
the important reply, or
the odd time, like if a client can't do a call
or the tech fails or something like that
in my like working hours. But typically we try to kind of close the laptop by 5 every night, but maybe the combination of going away last week and being away has meant that the laptop is out a little bit later. And I'm trying not to kind of put too much pressure on myself about that, really, and just be like, it's not for a long time, it's just for a short time. This is just how I need to work right now because we're quite busy. So
I think the biggest tip I can give is just take the pressure off yourself. You don't have to be that Instagrammable family that's like doing all the things, having this amazing personal life, having this amazing business. We don't really know what's going on in people's lives. So just, take the pressure off yourself, do what you can do. If work gets a bit too much, just have a break. If kids get too much, have a break. Go and have some self-care.
I think some of the things that kind of really help us is that we try and kind of get on top of scheduling content out, don't we? And these kind of things, so that it just means that, one of the phrases I live by is like nothing's urgent. So if the content is kind of done, You know, I can check the emails a couple of times a day, which is kind of a rule I do anyway. I'm not in the emails that much anyway. I kind of have set times to go and do the emails, otherwise I would never get anything done. And then it's just about having that kind of flexible approach in the 6 weeks holidays. So, but anyway, we know that it's tough. We know that it's a busy
It's tough
time
out there, guys.
We know it's a busy time for you, and it's
Stay hydrated.
yeah. But the weather's been good, which has been nice,
Uh-huh.
which is lovely, and that takes pressure off as well, doesn't it? Because you're not
Yeah.
so much entertaining the kids inside or trying to take calls, and they're kind of like mum,
Crawling
in
the
background,
walls.
or you know they're stuck in all the internet, and that's definitely a problem. We're both
The
facing,
struggle
isn't it?
is real on that one. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, so let's move into and chat all about offboarding your wedding clients. So this actually came up as a topic from one of our listeners, Nettie. Hey Nettie, thanks so much for bringing this to our attention and saying that you wanted a podcast on this. So yeah, we thought we would dive into offboarding. I had a little look and thought, right, we haven't talked about this topic for a while.
No.
Let's dive in and let you all know. So offboarding, the wedding's over. What a relief, right? But before you can kind of move on to your next wedding, or kind of, you know, take that kind of sigh of relief that your job's been well done, it's kind of really important for you to focus on having an offboarding process and what that is for you. It's not just about you kind of wrapping things up. It's about ensuring that you're going to be making that kind of lasting impression and ensuring your clients feel valued even after their wedding.
Yeah, it's not kind of thank you next.
Yeah.
You've got a few things to do before you can then move on. So let's break it down. And we've got a lovely, solid offboarding strategy for you. And we're going to talk you through it in very actionable steps. And it's something that's really easy to follow.
Yeah, so the first thing that we want you to do is be sending a personalised email, congratulations email. You know, even if you found that there were kind of any hiccups during the process of the wedding, it's really important for you as a wedding supplier to acknowledge that their wedding has happened and acknowledge that that's a special time for them. So a personalized message so that you care. And it also helps just to keep the relationship positive going on as well.
Yeah, and in this email, you can mention specific details that you enjoyed about their wedding. It's all about making them feel special and really appreciated. If the wedding went well, gently encourage them to leave a lovely review, but don't push too hard. You know, they might still be dealing with lots of post-wedding emotions and tying up things that they need to do their end.
Yeah, and remember when you're sending that message, yes, you can have kind of templates, but personalization is key. So in that email, congratulating them about their wedding, share a memory or two that stood out to you, and that personal touch is really going to make all the difference to you going forward as well.
So the second thing that you need to do in this offboarding process is request a review / testimonial. So a couple of weeks after the wedding, follow up with a lovely polite request for that review. Reviews are crucial for your wedding business, as 70% of people do trust online reviews from strangers. So this one is one not to be missed.
Yeah, and it's actually one of the still one of the highest forms of kind of like where bookings come from, of leads, from testimonials, and couples really trust them, and what's interesting about that, it doesn't need to come from somebody they know. Exactly like what you just said there, Roxy. So many people will trust online reviews from strangers, from people that they, you know, connect with and see themselves in, so other couples. So when we're asking for a review, you need to be really specific here about what you would like them to mention, because, you know, there are good reviews and testimonials that are going to really encourage new couples to book with you. And then there are testimonials that are a little bit wishy-washy, and we want you to have those really great ones. So for instance, you can come up with a questionnaire, or you can give them prompts, but you want to be looking at things like, how did you help them with any challenges that they faced? What did they appreciate the most from you? And these kinds of things will help future clients understand that value that you provide for their wedding as well.
Also, let them know that you're open to discussing any concerns they might have had before they post their review. This shows that you really do value their feedback and are committed to that continuous improvement. And on the note of reviews, if you do not have your Google My Business set up, this is your prompt to go and set it up. And you want to be aiming for, is it 10? around 10 reviews.
Yeah, 10 reviews to really like kick you off and start that kind of process in terms of climbing up Google. Yeah, for those of you that don't have a Google My Business profile, definitely make sure you get that set up. It can take a couple of weeks because Google likes to do its checks. So it is something to put on the to-do list if you haven't got that done yet.
And it's free as well.
It
It's a
is
free service.
And then you get a link that you can send out to people. In these emails, make it really easy for people to leave testimonials. Where do you want them? Attach a link, make it really easy, and actually put that link in not just once in the email, put it in twice. So put it in at the top of the email, and then also put it in, you can put it in up to 3 times really. We would say top, middle, end.
Yeah.
And that's for the people that, different types of people taking content in different kind of ways. And fast action takers will click the link right at the beginning, and the people that kind of will read the whole email.
I read all the way to the bottom. I
And
think
then
you're more of a fast action. Are you?
I'm a quick reader. Yeah, I am a quick reader.
That'll be what it is.
Yeah. So the people that kind of read it all the way through, there's a link there at the end as well for those people. So the next thing you want to be doing is looking at referrals going forward. So these, exactly like we just said, referrals are a really powerful way to generate new business, and it's really cost effective as well. So don't be shy about asking them. Be straightforward, be confident in the service that you provided, be confident that you're worth that referral, that you're going to do an amazing job for future clients that come your way as well. And just ask. Don't worry about that rejection. We want you to just be straightforward, confident.
Yeah, and if you don't ask, you will, you're never going to know if they know
Or don't get.
No, exactly that. So, you can try something like, your wedding was so beautiful and I'd love to help others experience the same joy. If you know anyone that could benefit from my services, please do pass along my information. As simple as that.
I love that. That was nice. That was kind of to the point. It wasn't, direct. You don't sound like you're begging.
It's not like salesy or
no.
Cheese on toasty.
And also, don't forget to thank them with a small gift or token of appreciation if they do refer somebody your way. It's a nice gesture that just kind of further solidifies that relationship. And the whole point of kind of offboarding is that the relationship doesn't need to end with this client like once their wedding day is over. This is about, continuing that relationship, not only for referrals and things and testimonials that are going to help your business grow in the future, but also for opportunities of future sales from that client and couple as well. Because whatever business you're in, there'll be opportunities for you to have further sales post-wedding.
Definitely. So another part of the offboarding strategy is sending out a client survey. Gathering feedback is essential for growth. So you can send client surveys to get that honest opinions about your services. This helps you understand what's working well and where, if anywhere, you can improve things for your future clients.
I think this is one of those things that people don't like to do they? Because we're almost scared of that kind of rejection thing.
Oh, definitely.
Or scared of receiving kind of any negative feedback. So much so that you're not really thinking about the positive feedback that you could kind of been receiving that then you can use kind of in testimonials going forward. Also, we talk to this about with the clients that we work with, don't we, about data mining. Any surveys that you send out, any questionnaires that you send out, any inquiry forms that you send out, any information that you get from your ideal clients, we can mine all that data inside of our business and use this in our marketing going forward as well. So I want you to really look at this and take this as an opportunity, as something that you can do that I would say a lot of wedding professionals aren't doing. Sending out that client survey, making that point of difference, showing your clients that you care about them after the wedding. And if you receive negative feedback, because not 100% of the time it's going to go right. There will be things that, maybe were in your control, maybe we weren't in your control. But if you do receive any negative feedback, take responsibility, address any issues, and don't make excuses. Now, if the feedback is positive, use this to kind of bolster your reviews and refine your services. Use the language that was used, testimonials. That's going to make great content for you as well.
Yeah, I really think reflecting on that feedback yourself is so important. And to be fair, it's not something that I've always found that comfortable. No one likes to, have that magnifying glass over yourself and your business, but it is so important for growth and improvement. But have some reflection time on that feedback. Were there any areas you felt you could have handled better? Could anything have gone better? Use this self-evaluation to really enhance your business for, those future clients.
I think that's just about taking sort of 5 to 10 minutes for you to think about the wedding, the service, the process from start to finish. Was there anything in there that can be improved for future weddings, future growth inside your business? Right, next one we absolutely love.
Uh-uh.
It's all about blogging. So documenting the wedding in a blog post is a great way to showcase your work, but also how you work as well. So you want to be writing about the details of the wedding while they're still fresh in your mind. Even if you don't have any of the photographs yet, you can update the post later.
Yeah, I think a really great tip here is, as you are having your client meetings and chatting with them through emails, maybe just open a little Google Doc or a notebook and take little notes along the way. If you're anything like me, I'm so busy, kids, as we spoke about at the beginning, work-life balance and all of that can mean that some things might get forgotten. But if you're writing them down as you go along, when it comes to writing this blog post, it's going to be a lot easier. And also make sure that your blog post is SEO friendly to help boost your visibility online. And then once you have published your blog post, make sure you shout about it. So share it on your social media platforms and get it on your website. This not only highlights your work, but also keeps you relevant in the industry.
Yeah, a well-written blog post can really help you to attract new clients who kind of are inspired by the weddings you've planned. And again, this is something you can repurpose for content going forward as well. So things to think about here are exactly the same sort of things that are going to go into your survey and your questionnaires. And this is why we really love this process, because so much of this you can repurpose and use in different areas of your business. It's not just about some of these things make great testimonials. We can learn from the language that's used and we can use that inside of our marketing. But also as well, when we write the blog post, it attracts new clients. We can use these blog posts in our content. We can take snippets of the blog and use that on Instagram, social media, TikTok, wherever you're kind of posting, Pinterest as well. But what that does is it shows, it gives inspiration to other wedding clients as well and builds your authority in the wedding industry.
And that actually leads us on to one of the other strategies when it comes to offboarding, and that is staying connected and building and keeping ongoing relationships with past clients. So continually sharing about their wedding snippets, exactly like Katie was just saying.
So the next thing we want you to do is really think about how you can stay connected. We want you to be building kind of ongoing relationships with all of your past couples and your past clients, which are really valuable as well. But not only how you can stay connected with your past couples, I want you to think about staying connected with the wedding suppliers. So one of the first things when you finish your wedding is we want you to reach out to all the other suppliers on the day, the venue, any other suppliers that were there that made an impression on you. Make sure that you give them a follow on Instagram, let them know what your handle is, get all the relevant information that you need to get off them. You can, if you have a really good onboarding process inside your business as well, and I know we're talking about offboarding today, but if you have a good onboarding process inside your business, you can get some of these details beforehand, so then you can connect with the suppliers after the wedding as well. Referrals don't just come from past couples, they can come from wedding suppliers that you worked with on the day as well. They may not know that you were the person that did the flowers. They may not know that you were the person that did the stationery, especially if you're somebody that isn't there on the day, like the stationer. So definitely, let them know, oh, I did the stationery for, yesterday's wedding. I can't wait to see the photographs. I really loved XYZ that you did. And just, build those relationships. Something that is really helpful here as well, when we're thinking kind of about building those ongoing relationships with our past couples, is for those of you with email lists, which hopefully most of you will be
by now,
be ticking that box.
If you've listened to the while, you should be having one of those.
Is consider sending kind of a monthly email sort of blast with tips and updates relevant to their new married life. Now, if you have a CRM or an email marketing system, this can all be kind of done in advance. So it's something, we talked about the juggle, the struggle. It's something you can do in advance and not have to think about. So here I want you to be thinking about, sharing maybe date night ideas, special discounts for future events, anniversaries, birthdays, etc. And this keeps your business top of mind and opens opportunities for repeat business. So many of you actually, we work with so many wedding suppliers, don't we? Where we talk about getting that second sale, third sale,
Yeah.
thinking about, special events that come up in the year where they could introduce opportunities for more sales, because it's statistically proven that it is something like 80% easier to get that second sale. So once somebody has already said yes to you, they are more prone to say yes to you again in the future, especially if you've done an amazing job.
Oh,
So if
definitely.
you follow this process, you've had an amazing review from them, you keep in touch with them by sending kind of, it doesn't need to be 1 a week, 3 a week, anything like that, but just keep checking in with them on a monthly basis, sharing kind of tips, letting them know what's going on in your business, and it keeps you top of mind. Even if they don't open that email, the fact that they see you in their
They
inbox,
see your name just sat there.
when somebody says, oh, do you know an amazing wedding singer or an amazing florist, you are going to come top of mind as well.
And if you have a referral program, which you should have in your business too, include that in your emails as well. A small incentive can encourage your clients to refer friends and families that are getting married too. Like this really works, and it's so simple to set up.
And it doesn't need to be anything massive either. And I think a lot of the time people think that people are only incentivized by money,
Mhm.
but actually have a think about what you could offer that is of, great value to your clients, that doesn't need to be high cost to you, or cost anything at all.
Mm.
So, just to kind of wrap up today's episode, we really want you to think about an offboarding process, not only as just something that leaves a positive impression on your couples, which I know that all of you care about doing, but also as something that is going to set the stage for future business and future opportunities for you. I really want you to think about this as something that you need to be proactive in. This stuff doesn't land in your lap. You need to put some work into this, but I want you to be proactive in maintaining those connections. And in doing this, you're going to be enhancing your reputation inside the industry and also increasing your chances of securing any new business inside your wedding business as well.
We really hope these tips help you create a seamless and professional offboarding experience. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated, but just doing these steps can make such a difference. And if you have any questions or want to share your own offboarding strategies, we would absolutely love to hear from you.
Absolutely. You can follow us on Instagram at wedding_business_hub. Please let us know that you've listened. Share something on your stories. We'd be happy to reshare, or hop into our inbox. We do reply to every single one, don't we,
We do.
Roxy? And don't forget to check out His Day for all of their fantastic resources and support as well. Thanks for tuning into this episode. And until next time, have the best week, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Wed Pro podcast. Full transcripts of this episode, plus every other episode we have done, are available at www.theweddingbusinesshub.com/blogs. Thanks so much for listening. If you do have any questions about this episode or anything else at all, you can email us at info@theweddingbusinesshub.com. And if you are loving our episodes, which I know you are, make sure you hit the subscribe or follow button so you can stay updated with any new episodes that land. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.